Hi everyone, and welcome to another Stanley parable. This is part 2 of a new series I'm doing. Okay, let's start. It is 12:17. There we go. Fabulous. 12:17, your favorite time of day. Oh, okay, so in the first video, it said that it was grateful that we were putting the correct time because apparently people just leave it at 12 and that's it. And then said, after I had entered the time, that next time we played, that we could just choose a random time that we liked, even if it wasn't the actual time, which is why it's giving us this message. I do like setting the time to the proper time. Let's use another slider to find out. What's accurate. Well, it's not now because I've been reading for about 2 minutes, so it's only 12. It's 12:19 now, so. Can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. Wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple new ones. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Well, considering the clock thing actually happened, I'm assuming that the next time we restart this game, it'll have more sliders. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure there was no background talking last time we started the game. Like, it didn't sound like office noises. I could be wrong. Comment down below if anyone knows whether there was actual noise at this part last time in the part 1. So in part 1, we got the confusion ending, and had been playing that for about 20 minutes apparently. And then we also got the beat the game one where we actually got outside. And that was from both listening and not listening.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
What did we call him?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I feel like that intro is just slightly different. Is it slightly different because it knows it's it's a new game and we'll come back? I don't know. Doesn't look like that's a different time. So I'm just trying to think of what we called the voiceover in part 1 actually. I can't recall. Was it David? Who knows? Alright. Can I press the keyboard yet? No.
All of his co-workers were gone. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
Yeah, I am doing it for the trophy.
5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No.
Yeah.
I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Why?
Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna keep clicking that door then.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Are you just gonna keep making me... Okay, let's see who wins. Don't know about anyone watching, but...
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. Alright, 417. Let's go 417 then. Alright, and I'll still click around here because it's fun. I wonder if any of these screens change. If anyone noticed any changes, please comment below. Does it happen on any other door? I do like how we got called out for trying to get a trophy. 417. Okay, what's special about door 417?
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Alright. I don't know if 437. 436. 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Okay. Let's go.
Now, back to door number 437.
I think he's just pulling my leg.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Where's the copy machine? Oh, there.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
This doesn't get me my achievement. I'm going to be very annoyed.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
I can't. Oh, it let me.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it
Yep.
up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
He's getting very excited about it. Where'd that copy machine go?
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Alright. Well, now that I've managed to do that... Oh! My door's closed now. That's so weird. Alright. What was the original goal after that? I got distracted by the click door 5 times. Alright. Let's go to the room and go to the left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I might try doing this run where you just
Yet there
follow
was not a single
everything.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I'm stepping on the desk.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
So I wonder what happens, because obviously last round and I've just checked, yes, we did name the voiceover David for David Attenborough.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Well, it seems like we can't even leave. But yes.
2845.
David. We've crowned him. And I've just double checked that, so
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
oh, getting some attitude from David. Alrighty. So in the first one, we did input the keypad code in. Okay. Didn't really bother trying to click anything or everything after this point, I don't think. And we also found the corridor, if everyone remembers. That said escape, but apparently led to my death. Or Stanley's death. Alright, so obviously, even if we're following the story, it makes us get here anyway. I wonder if it'll change the
Descending
ending
deeper
then?
into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So that's apparently where we meet gruesome death. But let's just follow it and see if it changes anything.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm pretty sure these were on last time.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Here we go.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to
427.
images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427. Oh, there I am. But it doesn't look like... Alright, I have a feeling that it's just going to give us the same ending as what we got when we beat the game ending.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Should probably have like a epilepsy warning for that little bit.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I'm just curious what those other parts are. And I said I was gonna just Okay, we'll check it next time. We'll quickly run through this, because I'm pretty sure we're just going to get the same ending.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Alright.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Oh, I didn't even realize there was
Stanley
that building there.
stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
Alright, so
the immense
now I've done the
possibility of
whole
new
game
path
where I've
before
followed
him.
everything that David
This
has
was
said,
exactly the way, right now,
and
that things were meant
I
to
was talking to someone about this game, and they were like, you can annoy David. So I think let's try that route next. We'll just ignore everything he says and see what happens. Still wish we could type on a keyboard though.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wonder what happens if you try and do this again.
Please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
But I don't want to get stuck on the confusion route.
Admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ooh, okay, so we haven't seen this part before.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Well, if you were lying, you would say, I'm not lying. Yeah, there goes that door. There's a lot of people's coffee just lying around. Ooh, some boxes. I wonder if you need to, like, do certain things just to progress the story anyway. Like, obviously you do for Sun. So, okay. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion, will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift, 5,000. Well, if it causes death, you wouldn't really have to pay, would you? Vent access for trained employees only. Climb at your own risk. Which vent? Can I jump up? Okay, so what happens if you just...
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thanks, David. Alright. So let's go back to that area.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow.
It is a good employee lounge, as we looked at it very carefully.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And like, what happens if you just keep
bad at following directions? It's incredible he wasn't
like jumping off stuff.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. Now, will this keep saying the same thing even if I keep doing it? I guess there's only one way to find out. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Don't forget to comment down below if you've also played this game and you've gotten different endings.
When
or
Stanley
anything.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
If you know something
knew it perfectly well.
About like
Perhaps
special
he wanted to stop
areas
by
that you have to do certain things. It's always interesting to find out.
Was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I know David
Stanley was
remembers
so bad at following directions.
But
it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
But, oh, okay. Okay, so it's changed. Ooh, that is interesting. Alright, so we've just jumped off the platform 3 times, I think it is. And it's...
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Completely changed this room.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Which... okay, so there's the normal door.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, the whiteboard ending. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Alright, so that's a new ending. 1426. Fabulous. Alright, so we've got that ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, so I'm going to go back to the place.
Way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
But I wonder if anything else has changed.
Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again.
Ooh.
Then it came back, and lingered
That's
for a
right,
minute
I can
or two.
crouch.
Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so
What will
utterly
happen if you,
captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so it's still letting me to come
Stanley
here.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform
Now
and
it'll be
plunged to his
interesting
death.
to see
Good
if the
job,
room has
Stanley.
gone
Everyone
back
thinks you are very powerful.
to the original workroom opening, or if it's still that. Oh, it's changed again. Alrighty. Just to make sure nothing else has changed. So this is the 4th time. Fan. So it seems it's just making it go small and small, I guess. Perhaps to hurry us on to the original story. Because I'm assuming that's
When Stanley
David's whole
came to a
job,
set
is
of
to
2 open doors, he
make
entered,
sure
but
we
this
follow
was
the
not the
story.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I wonder if at some point they'll just lock
Stanley was
this
so
door.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, so it's gone back to normal.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
Since
the
it's
meeting
gone
room.
back to
Perhaps he had simply
normal.
missed a memo.
Okay, so the first door added the door there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Gotta love that room.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
Oh dear.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Well, the door's still not closed.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
All right.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
But why, if it was for Stanley, would it go to 434? And that's the first time a phone has been rung. Can you hear the message again? I wonder if that's
When
because
Stanley
we're
came to a set
ignoring
of two
David.
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room.
David, are you okay?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, now will the phone ring again?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh. It's changed. Up until this point, I feel like it's changed. I think. Has it? Oh. I don't think this game is meant to be a horror, but I'm getting such chills down my back. And
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
it was okay. Is it because I visited too many times? Nothing else?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alrighty. So,
Stanley was
just
so
to
bad at
recount.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, I'm going to do this one more time.
But in his eagerness
Nothing
to
else
prove
has
that he is
changed
in
again.
control of the story and no one
I'm
gets to
gonna
tell him what
just
to do, Stanley
go
leapt from the
through
platform and
without
plunged to his
jumping
death.
off.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, now time to see if it did change. It added an extra bit. I knew something was different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, back to the meeting room.
This was not the
Employee
correct way to the
lounge.
meeting room,
Sorry.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
Oh.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So where does this take us?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her. Alright, so that's another clue.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
So I'm assuming her is the company then. Oh, I thought those pipes just scared the... I thought they moved to scare the crap out of me. Alright. So we can't go back down. Alright. Uh-oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What happens if you don't?
As Stanley
pull the
picked up the
plug out?
phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Oh, it
No, that
worked.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Oh.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. but if used
Alright.
incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example,
That is true.
in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Alright.
Ah, welcome back.
Oh.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Yes.
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We
They've let
just
me
need to
out.
get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Oh, so you can't jump anymore. Alright. Okay. So now what? Can you go back? No? Alright. So... Is it making me go back to the doors?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sorry, David.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, the pictures are also going. Numbers are gone.
Oh, it's
ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh. Oh dear. Are you okay, David? What?
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
David,
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, well, let me.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Sorry, David.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's weird that he hasn't said anything
No!
about this.
Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The crouching thing has to be important. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put it in.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to do this again after this because it seems like it doesn't really. Oh. Has that changed? Oh. It has changed a little bit, hasn't it? Alright, well, I think I've
Why did you do
sufficiently,
that? Quickly, hurry back.
sufficiently pissed off
Behave
David.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, my video recording thing is about to run out, unfortunately. But I think we'll leave it here. I don't quite know. Because obviously there's no save or anything like that. So let's go begin the game again, see what happens quickly.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Poor Stanley. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there. But thanks for joining me for another Stanley Parable, part 2. We have definitely sufficiently annoyed David enough. Might try a bunch of different routes of listening and not listening to David for our next games, but yeah, so like, subscribe. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I hope you had fun. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.